Hello. Hi. Hi. Wait, you can't. I was still setting things up. Um, Still am. I forgot to remove the background for VTube Studios. Whoopsie. Don't be mean to the silly cat. No, it's okay. That's Feather. He's Australian, so that's how he shows that he's being friendly. He deserves for smelling like tea. I do not, because I don't like tea. There's no friendliness. Don't rewrite my intention. See, he's doing it again. Okay, there we are. Tea smells nice. I don't think so, because I don't like it. I just noticed that only made the pet thing combined. Oh yeah, I counted everyone's stuff, put it together, and yeah, it's now like the brick thing. But hi, welcome, welcome. Who's joined us today? Ow. See, like that. Everyone, it's a group effort now. So who's joined us? So, hi Orca. Hi ATD. Hi Goldie. Hi Feather. Hi Kay. Hold on, scrolling down. Just browse through this thing. Hi Ama. And hi, Burning Penguin. Welcome, welcome. I hope I didn't miss anyone. Yeah, how have you guys been? I have been surprisingly productive today. I'm on a roll lately. I think there was like a few days where I kind of just had slug energy and didn't really do much work, right? That was the whole Colonel Sanders dating simulator arc, right? I didn't do much work both on stream and off stream, but hey, I made up for it in like the past couple of days, so that's all good, perfectly balanced as all things should be. I got coffee. I hope it's not nighttime for you, because yeah, if I have coffee at night, I end up not sleeping. Even if I end up sleeping a little later, it's not as restful. It is nighttime for me. Coffee is not coffee is not the way to go. Because okay, even if you're still able to fall asleep, you your sleep is not as restful, if that makes sense. Not hearing this from you. Yeah, it's a lot of people have do as I say, not as I do kind of energy. I have a friend who she also talks a lot about making sure everyone's healthy and all that stuff. But she sleeps like 3 hours a night and drinks enough caffeine to kill a horse. And then, right, she comes up to, and just on a conversation with us, she's like, you know what? There's not enough hours in the day. I'm like, she's trying to use them all. She's trying to hit like 100% efficiency, full 24 hours being productive. Perfectly healthy. Well, it's nice to see people getting along both on stream and off stream. Hmm. Oh, I forgot to turn these on. Ta-da. F sleep? No, that's one of the worst things you can do. Uh, Sleeping is amazing, right? Or can I? Nope. No abusive mod powers. This is a catocracy. Everyone has an equal say, except for me. My say is more equal than everyone else's. So, nah, it's okay. I have enough people being nice to me, enough people being mean. It's really good to spice things up a bit. Variety is the spice of life. What are you saving coins for? Wally. Sorry, he saw Julian in the bathroom and immediately tried to, I don't know. He has problems. Ow. So rude. And I'm saving for one of the mascots. Haven't thought this through. Ah, okay. If you already filled with hate and love, well, I understand. Don't worry. I considered not streaming today because I was like, should I give my voice like proper time to rest? But I'm like, I was feeling a lot better by the afternoon, and I was like, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I'm trying to remember what I want to do with this one. Right, I remember. This is their 1.0 model. This one, they want it based off of this creature, but fuzzy like this. So yeah. I'm glad to finally catch a stream, but I'm probably napping soon. Yeah, no worries. Let my soothing voice put you all to sleep, right? Um, I don't think I have any loud random moments. How do you interpret that in art form? For example, we draw this one, but at the face, instead of making it smooth like that, we just make it like that. Does that make sense? Dude, somehow people fall asleep to my voice, even though I do have random loud moments. Maybe they found like a swearing and profanity soothing. They might be Australian as well. Okay. Okay, it's like what, 5 a.m. for you in Australia, give or take a few hours. If my time zone math is correct, right? Is what I meant to say. Now I'm curious. There's two kinds of people like that. Either the ones that wake up super early or stay up super late. Case says to Feather, you have a nice voice to sleep to. Then is Audie, then Yadia with the best voice. Ah. All right, sorry. You mentioned writing block, then I got distracted. My bad. Well, it's perfectly normal. I mean, I had art block for like the past 2, 3 days. It passes. You know, you just gotta you gotta rest, and then after that, you gotta kind of jumpstart that drive once more. Not by forcing yourself. Look at things that maybe will inspire. Like for example, if it's writing, just rest up and read books. Yeah, write block is basically like when your inspiration, maybe not even inspiration, just like motivation and inspiration kind of just dries up. It's like a temporary thing. Okay, it's like artistic burnout, so to speak. Yeah, spend a little time trying not to force an idea. It comes subconsciously. Exactly. Do you know how I prep for D&D? I I put on bardic music, you know. A personal favorite, what's his name? Chase Noseworthy. Put on bard music in the background, go for a walk, and just like think about it. I'm like, okay, they are here. This is what they did last time. This is where they left off. What is a good way of continuing from here, you know? So yeah, that you just gotta think about it. Let the ideas flow. Don't try to find them. Let them find you. You know. If I take a shower, I'll go for it now. I'm not stinky like Feather and Ordy. First of all, I am not stinky at all. You see. Oh, oops, wrong one. I have a toggle for days. I think I want to just like keep a bit quiet. You know, this one. If my voice is tired, if I'm, never used it though. Hello, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. Oh God, is that Rain World? Wait, that does sound familiar. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The person who commissioned this one is like, hey, they really like this creature. They want a mascot. What's it called? They want a mascot that's based off of the. I think it's called a slug cat or something. Yeah. Maiden has a nonverbal command to explain when they're going quiet for a bit. Oh, understandable. I just stopped. Like, if I'm in a group call with friends, I just stop talking, and then I have one friend who that really, really annoys, right? Because she's the kind who she likes having calls with friends the way most people put on a podcast or a stream, just noise in the background. So today, like she was calling me and I was like, I need to rest up my voice. So what I was doing is I'm like, hey, I'm watching Supernatural. She's a huge fan as well, right? So I'll just play it on the TV. The phone is laying next to me while I'm on my bed, right? And she's hearing everything that's going on in the TV. That was probably the call that she spoke to me the least. And that just confirmed my theory. Like all the time, she's like, "No, I want conversation. I want this. I want that." I'm like, "No, you just want background noise, right?" I'm like, get into podcasting." But yeah, she didn't believe me. So I tried this thing out. Worked like a charm. I was able to rest my voice all day. Yeah, notice when you stopped during that script, I also worked. Yeah, don't worry. I may be a say so person, but I'm not uncomfortable by loot things. In fact, I don't know why I give off that energy, right? I give off prudish energy, even to like my close IRL friends, right? The people who have known me for many, many years. They were even discussing this the other day. I was not even part of that conversation. Hold on. They were just like talking about they were talking about their very lewd ways, right? And then they're like, oh, if only it's like a let's hope that Ordy never hears this conversation with his poor innocent ears, right? One of them tried to defend me and was like, what do you mean innocent? He had a girlfriend, right? He was dating people. Do you know what the first response out of the other friend's mouth was? Right? They were like, yeah, but what do you think he did while dating those people? Anything more than holding hands? I don't think so. I don't know why. Not a yeah. This is something I was told about like the other day. So yeah, it's just like fresh on my mind. I don't mind lewd content, right? Okay. Here's a little artist tip. Everyone who wants to learn how to draw better, the best way to learn how to shade skin in a like a very cartoony anime style, hentai. That's the way to go. You may not be into it, but the shading, amazing references. Oh hi, welcome on in. It wasn't discomfort. I just assumed you were sort of forcing yourself to socialize. Oh, I never forced myself to do anything. I'm a cat. Have you ever tried to force a cat to do anything? Yeah. But don't worry about it. I had a lot of fun. It was, I think it was about the time my voice started to give out a little bit through to excessive yapping. So I think about halfway through the collab, I was like, okay, my voice is dying. I gotta ration my voice. Choose my words carefully. Oh, it's so nice in here. Well, hi Nadia, welcome on in. It's probably dumbness, more about the soft, polite way of talking. Wait, what are we talking about? Not like other streams I've watched. Yeah, we run a scam here, right? So we're in the art category. I say I am an artist, and I end up forgetting about the art entirely and spend about 3 hours just yapping. Don't tell Twitch. For instance, we were supposed to start on a model. We have the references. We have everything we need to begin. It's been 20 minutes. We've not even done a single line. Yeah, talking about hentai as references. Nude balls more proper. It's kind of how do you say this? The people who shade and render hentai put in a lot of effort just making it very very tasteful. Like the amount of effort is really really high, and that's usually the best form of references you can get. Send me to the social events, to Omega Word. Hey, it was great. I had so much fun. I was even concerned at first that I might be a lot more shy and nervous because there's a lot of people I met for the first time. And yeah, it actually went a lot better than I expected. Like for me personally, because I thought I'd be nervous and quiet. Sometimes I'm like that. But nope, had a great time. Think so because it was right before you after for like a week. Oh yeah, I think that was right before I traveled, if I remember correctly. I like the little D20 in your staff. Do you want to see something crazy? Guys, look at the staff. Okay, pay close attention. I have to show. This is the best thing I've ever rigged in my life, and I can never top it. Hold on, where is this thing? Where's the roll dice? Ah, here we are. Look, you can click roll dice, and then it rolls a random number. That took about 2 full days of constant hair pulling to rig, and there were tears, there was crying. I refused to give up, and eventually I got it. I'm like, never again. No, get him started, it's evil. Only if you roll a nat 1, then something bad happens. I wonder what I can learn from hentai. Probably only how to shade skin. Now, I don't think they focus too much on the clothes for obvious reasons. But yeah, if you want to learn how to shade skin, that is the way to go. Shockingly, everyone seems to be having a good time, even with strangers. Yeah, I was even surprised because I never have a good time with strangers. I'm always very shy and awkward. I usually spend like the first few times I meet someone being very quiet and like kind of just watching and learning like what their limit of their humor is. Why is the numbers in Chinese? Oh, it's Japanese. Okay. To run this software, right? To get the thing to run is basically this. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Mm, where's the common stuff? Okay, we're diving back into the explanation of how the thing works. I really really dumbed it down because no one has time to be here all day listening to me where on earth did I put it? Listening to me over explain and info dump how the thing works. So I've dumbed it down into this one graph, right? So you make the redeem on Twitch. Twitch sends it to StreamerBot. StreamerBot runs the virtual dice. It generates a number 1 to 20. That sends one of 20 commands. From there, Mix It Up has one of 20 commands waiting and listening to hear from StreamerBot. Once it gets the corresponding command, it rolls one of 20 animation files here and then sends it to VTube Studio, and then it gives you your result. So, yeah. That's the TLDR of how I got it to work. It took like 3 4 different software just to get it running, because I was struggling trying to figure out how do I make one software run it. In the end, it was all of them. And yeah, uh one of the things I use to trigger it is a chat command. And if I put the number in chat, then you guys will see the result before it's finished rolling. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just put in a different language. And hey, I want to practice Japanese. So two birds with one stone. And yeah, we've had that the same in Chinese and Japanese. Oh yeah, I learned that very recently because I have one of my friends. She speaks Mandarin, and she's like, I think she saw it and was like, why is it in Chinese? I'm like, that's Japanese. She's like, no, no, no. And then we were discussing it, and then after a while we realized, oh, they're both the same anyway. As bad as it to toot my own horn or something, it's probably because it's really easy, quick to figure out what the limits are and vibe is around me. So a lot of the unsure what to expect is removed. Oh yeah, that's I think there was a study done. People who are very who probably swear a lot and are very direct and in quotes aggressive tend to be considered more trustworthy because people never have to wonder like, are they being nice to me? Do they want something, etc. I remember seeing that a while ago. It was more just a general rule of thumb. It was just like on average, not like a not an indicator of this person is 100% honest. But yeah, I never tell that first joke. Hmm. Even though it's gonna be sexual jokes and bullshittery, but anyone drops any nonsense, rude stuff, you tell them to ever. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Because you see, there's like a joking. There are people who. Okay, this is why I tend to have a very cozy, comfy stream here, is because sometimes it's not always easy to tell, like if someone is doing a bit or being like actually like mean. So yeah, to avoid like spending a lot of energy moderating, I'm like, let's just keep things cozy, comfy. I don't mind like swearing and stuff, but if people are like how do you say, it's maybe like really chewing out like someone as a joke or things like that, you're like, let's be a little peaceful. Unless people are like fine with it, you like it's obviously like it's very very clear that they're just bantering, back and forth. That's okay. Tend to throw out the most mild risk ones asap. Oh yeah. My policy is, if someone gets a little bit too excited, I'm like, hey, let's calm down a little bit. Or if they say something that's a little bit too close to the line, I'm like, hey, we don't do that here. Most times people just realize, oh, that's they're not going to get the vibe that they're probably used to elsewhere, and sometimes they leave, but other times I guess they're just like, oh, okay, my bad, using humor from group A in group B. That's perfectly normal. Yeah, and I mean, heavy banter can make other people uncomfortable too. So it's not even just about the. Oh yeah, 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 true. Like for example, here's something that happened the other day. I have a couple friends who joined my stream, right? Ow. Yeah, I had a couple friends join my stream, and for context, they're dating. They're happily together for like a long while. And when they came into the chat, they were doing that thing where, like couples pretending to be strangers and flirting. So he would try flirting with her, and she'd be like, "Sorry, I have a boyfriend," but he is the boyfriend. Now the thing is, he kept being a bit like, oh, don't be like that, insistent, kind of flirty-ish, even though she's like saying no. Now, without context, that looks kind of creepy. But since you know, I was probably the only one who knew like, hey, it's okay because they're already dating. It's not actually creepy behavior, right? So yeah, I had to very specify. I'm like, hey, these two are already dating. Don't worry about it. Anyway, that won't happen again. I have a no flirting rule here. Look, Brick Redeem exists. I'm using it. Yeah, we're almost at like 9,000. Bitch ass cat. Honestly, that's how I speak to Wally. He's a bit much. Every time he acts up, I always take pictures of his crimes. I send it to my friend, his mom. I'm like, look what your son is doing. I know that joke. I've done it before, but never like the insistent pushing stuff. Yeah, it's more of a she was saying like politely no, and he was like, nah, don't be like that. Come on, you know. So yeah, on the outside, it looked very okay. It may not have, but I could imagine it looking creepy. So yeah, I in quote outed them instantly with zero hesitation. Ordy, hello. Mm, I go the alternate route and going cringe. Yeah, you know, if it's something that's very over the top and obviously a joke, like those are usually okay, right? But if it could be mistaken as real, I'll be like, that's a no. I've got a bit of friends who are way younger than me, and they just scold me a lot because say a lot of dumb things. Oh, okay, yeah. They're like, hey, this is probably not polite to say. You know, for example, if you look at humor like just 10 years ago, 20 years ago, ooh, ouch, right? I just realized time is moving. If you look at humor like way back when, like early 2000 movies, a lot of the stuff that they would like casually say probably not okay now. So yeah, if you have friends who are all like pointing it out, I think that's a good thing to have. Thou beauty have with me in tears, thy countenance maketh my. Okay, that's a lot of old English. I can only handle like 2 or 3 words after each other. Uh, yeah, something like that. If people can obviously see like it's a joke, like for example, if you say that and they reply like in the same way, everybody like, yeah, they're just like kidding. It's all good. And seeing that work is infinitely funny. Yeah, I can imagine. Where are you from? I like your accent. Oh, don't worry. My accent is both my parents have different accents, and I was born and raised in a country with a third accent, and then I went and studied and lived in Malaysia for like 7 years. So I gathered a bit of an accent from there, and now I'm in the UK. So give it like another 5 years, there'll be some British sprinkled in. So he's a New Zealander. That's not true. Or it could be. I just haven't said. My spawn point is not revealed. So yeah. But I can give like half the story where I've been around and things that kind of influence it. So yeah. Also, I learned a lot of my English words growing up watching movies. So yeah, I was mistaken for American the other day. I have a Malay friend and the accent isn't all the same. It's pretty mixed. Wait, do you mean like mine or just like there in general? Because Malaysia is like a little bit of a diverse place. You usually have like three yours. Oh yeah, yeah. It's only mixed. It's only traces of it because I'm not from there. I only lived there for like a good chunk of my life. So yeah, I didn't notice until actually until I started streaming. That was the first time someone pointed out they asked about the accent and were like what's they were like oh, you sound Southeast Asian. I'm like, no, I don't. After that, I talked to a friend of mine, one of my Malay friends, and I brought it up. I'm like, do I speak with a little bit of an accent here? He thought about it. He's like, actually, yeah, kinda. And then when I moved here, I met my older brother. Literally, when I said hi to him, the first thing like he said, he looked at me funny. He's like, "You have a Malaysian accent. That's so weird." Yeah, I think he was just not used to it. Oh, a fellow British. Yeah, I'm actually not a British cat, but I live and work here now. And thank you for the follow. Yeah, so I have like a very mixed accent. Most people who are familiar with at least one of them can like recognize that part of it. But those ones who are completely confused, they can only recognize what it's not. Like for example, I was here in the UK. I went to a pizza store and I was picking up my order and I was chatting with the guy at the cashier, right? And he after like I was about to say like goodbye and stuff, he looked at me funny and he's like, "Where are you from?" "America." And I was like, no, I'm just I'm just here, I'm from and then I told him where I'm from and he's like, "Oh." By the way, no one can ever guess by looking at me. Yeah, it's always I've decided maybe I should just like keep $100 in my pocket, and anytime anyone guesses correctly where I'm from, I'll just hand it over to them and probably never spend that for the entirety of my life. Unless I meet someone from my home country and maybe my local accent slips out just the tiniest bit, then they might clock it. All us cats have to stick to that. Exactly. It's a tough world out there. Ever see cats in a cuddle pile? Yeah, that's what I imagine. That would be actually really cute art if you there's like a bunch of cat VTubers who are like all buddies. Just have like a chibi cat pile and it's just all of them. If I had a nickel for every time. Yeah, if I had a nickel every time no one could tell where I'm from, I would retire. I wouldn't have to be I wouldn't even have to charge for my art, right? I would just give people models for free. I no longer would need to find someone willing to adopt like an artist to just live in their house, eat their food, and make art for them. I have said this before on stream. I'm like, if someone is like super rich and they want like a personal artist, I am down. All right. I don't even need an allowance. I just need food, nice place to stay, and good internet connection. Yeah, adjacent to the cuddle pile. Edit a G pose picture. Just my cat next to a bunch of different characters, cat girl, rabbit girl, etc. Just the text and oh, that cracked me up. But I think like one of the rarest varieties of VTubers is probably human. It's stupid but it's funny. Yeah, that's basically my sense of humor in a nutshell. Ooh, I just remembered hearing something earlier today. I don't know if it's true or not. Anyone ever watched the movie Spaceballs? Heard about it, never watched it. Yeah, it's a movie from like 1987. I googled it right now. Uh Dumbest shit ever. It is basically like what if you snorted a bunch of crack and then did a bunch of mushrooms and then watched Star Wars. So, yeah. Yeah, James gets it. Great movie. It's one of those like dumb spoof movies. Um I heard recently they were making a sequel, right? So I wasn't sure if that was actually real. It's a Mel Brooks movie. Wait, was that the one with the? Hold on, let me see if I can find like a poster of it. You fools didn't capture them. You captures their stunt double. I think so. That's like the kind of dumb shit in the movies. Yeah, I found the poster. Here it is. This is the movie. Ta-da! Yeah, this is the first sequel that Mel Brooks has ever made. Yeah, they made the joke about making a sequel, and the sequel is like the search for more money, right? So yeah, I didn't think it was actually gonna happen. I've seen like two or three scenes from it. Comb the Desert, yeah. Um, I love this movie. You know what? I haven't seen it in a while. I'm gonna watch it. Okay. Mm, yeah, they were told to comb the desert, and then it pans to this. This movie is just a fever dream, and I love it for it. And I'm surrounded by. You know what? Let me find that one scene. I realize it. I get copyright warnings on YouTube when I upload the VODs, but I realize I can just crop out that scene. So let me do this. Guest profile. I'm sorry. I'm promoting the movie so that everyone watches the first one, and then when the second one comes out, we can all talk about it. Hold on. I'm looking for the scene. Okay, here's the. Let me open a browser source. Where is it? Where is it? Capture. Window capture. Keyboard mash. Okay, hold on. It's in front of my face. Um. Capture audio. Blah blah blah. Okay, here we are. Let's pause the BGM for a second and get rid of these guys. Yeah.
Careful, you idiot! I said across her nose, not up it!
Anyway, wait, I'll say this afterwards.
Sorry, sir. Doing my best.
Who made that man a gunner?
I did, sir. He's my cousin.
Who is he?
He's an asshole, sir.
I know that. What's his name?
That is his name, sir. Asshole. Major asshole.
And his cousin?
He's an asshole, too, sir. Gunner's mate, first class, Philip Asshole.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow?
Yo!
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Keep firing, assholes!
It's really dumb, dry humor like that. Yeah, imagine a full movie like that. You know? What if there's what's another scene? I see your yeah. Let's search that one up. Hold on. BGM while I look for it. Yeah, I found the scene here. Okay, here we are.
You have the ring. And I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. Now let's see how well you handle it.
It's like the dumbest thing ever. Do you see what I mean by my humor is very broken? I won't show like any more of the movie because I want you guys to experience it for yourselves. Absolutely effing stupid. Exactly. That's the whole point. You know? That's what I love about dumb movies like that. So yeah, when they said there's a second one, I was so excited. It's just dumb broken humor like that. It's fun, it's real old. Honestly, a lot of comedy movies from that time are like my absolute favorite. All right. I have a list that I used to watch like once a year, you know? Oh, especially during like a lockdown, like New Year's and stuff. What I'd do is I'd get like a giant bucket of like fried chicken. And at like 10 p.m., 9, 10 p.m., something like that, I'd get like the food. And then I just put on these movies. And I had like a long list of ones that are probably as dumb as the last one. And I just watch it till like the next day. I stay up all night watching dumb shit like that. Start the new year right, and then yeah. Is your avatar design supposed to be like a Baba Yaga? I mean my model or the little guys down here? Dry my hair, be back soon. Ah, understandable. What little guys? Do you see the little sprites down here? Your model? Oh, okay. Yeah, Baba Yaga. I don't think so. I mean, I'm just in a teacup because I wanted something to just lay around in. You're the little one. Okay, this could be a giant teacup. You don't know how large I am. See, I can scale it up like this. Who's the tiny one now? Also, your names are very tiny. I can't see who is who. I think I can. Ow. Do you know how Baba Yaga looks? All I know is she has a wait. She yeah. I just remembered now that you mentioned it. Uh, she's in a cauldron. Has the staff room. Yeah. Except she's kind of just like standing in it. I'm kind of lounging in it. You know, like those little, what do you call it? Those inflatable tubes, those inflatable donuts you just lay in a pool and float around. Yeah, that's what I went for. I use a lot of references from that. You know, I never made the connection, but I guess you're right. Yeah, I see it now. I probably can't unsee it. Am I supposed to afford the free stuff? You know what? If people ask very nicely, I probably would just like hand it over. Like for example, I have a redeem. Oh, these little guys. Like these ones are like the pay to use model ones because I want to make like a whole bunch and be like, hey, $10 and you can just like have this whole model. Um, but I made it a redeem here. I think it's like 100K points. You just like get one of the models for free if you want. But then I'm like, guys, I confess, if someone is a regular here and they just like want one, I'll just hand it over. I'm told I have a very bad business sense, so it's okay. I'll live. Baba Ordekai. You know, I can see fan art of that. Gonna go nap. Need to catch 2 more hours. I should be right to actually stay up and handle tomorrow. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Always nice to have you around and have a good night. Bad business sense, something, something. I'll pay an exposure. No, business sense in the sense that I'll accept exposure as payment. Yeah. Score. Yeah, the bricks hurt, you know. Yeah, this can go back to a chill stream without my BS. You know, depending on who is here, I feel like the energy doesn't shift too much. It maybe gets like a bit faster paced, but more or less is all good. I think the ones which are like very very chill, right? Those ones maybe I can see that happening. But here you don't have to worry about that. Again, we're a yapping channel. It's 50 minutes. We have not done anything. Okay, that's not true. You see, ow. I know it didn't really look like it hurt. We need to try again. What part of ow makes you think it doesn't hurt? Hmm? Okay, so what we have done here, we have clicked this button, create new folder, and we named it model. So we've technically done something today. Yeah, because I just organize it like this. I'm like model, head, body. Well, I don't know how to spell, so excuse me. I think the design is cute. Here, the head and body are kind of like one thing. I might shift it to be a lot more like this. So it'll be a head like that with like the body. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Oh, also, I can be productive if I need to be. I'm way ahead of schedule with commissions, so I don't need to be. I can take it easy. In fact, I was even considering, do I do art? Or do I just put the Colonel Sanders dating sim again? But I'm like, nah, we played that a lot already. So we'll give it time before we continue it. I'll leave it in reserve as, like, for example, my ability to draw has just like flatlined. I get art block and I have stream. I'm like, I'll just save it for then. This is what I did last time, and I realized, oh, that's actually a really nice thing to have just in reserve, like in case of emergency, break glass. So yeah, that's what I did. Back from trying, grab my dinner too. One whole mango. Is it the sweet ones or the sour ones? There's only one right answer. Need more than that. You know, like 2 days ago, I I accidentally forgot to eat like proper food. I had cereal in the morning and then a couple apples just like as a snack and then one giant bag of peanuts and that was it. Now, it was okay because the bag of peanuts was about like 1,000 calories total and the cereal and apples made up the rest of my needs of the day. And I do take the multivitamins, so I'm all good nutritionally. But yeah, I didn't realize I basically ate a bag of peanuts the whole day. And I'm usually the one who always like pokes and prods at my friends to eat properly. But I don't know why. That one day, I think I was just like chewing on I was just munching from the bag the whole time. And since I was eating from there, I just didn't feel hungry the whole day. But yeah, proper meals are important. I do have one friend who she calls me at like 9 p.m. and she's like, "Oh, I'm so hungry, but I don't feel like having food." I'm like, "Okay, what did you eat today?" She's like, "Oh, nothing. I had 3 cups of coffee though." These are the friends that I have. Oh, I did that working on my avatar. One full day, no food. Yeah, it's not the best thing. Like, it's understandable, so long as it's not not made into a habit. Diet. Even so, you're supposed to reduce the amount rather than okay, put it this way. When it comes to eating healthier, right? You don't just go from like 100 to like 10% in one day, right? Because you kind of risk putting your body in like starvation mode, which is not so good. It will help with weight loss and stuff, but it'll also slow your metabolism. So then gaining that weight becomes like preventing that weight from coming back also becomes like harder. So yeah, I think if you're maintaining your current weight and you want to lose some, just eat I think like 20% less food. And yeah, then you use a bunch of water weight instead of actual fat. Yeah. I used to know some people back when I was in uni, right? They what's it called? When it came to like working out at the gym, when I was there, what they do is like they turn off the ACs and they'll turn off the fans. And then the whole place becomes very hot and everyone starts like sweating. And I was like, this feels awful. Why is it off? They're like, oh no, I like sweating is good because like immediately after it makes me lose weight. And I don't think they understood the difference between water weight and fat. So yeah, I was reminded of that today. Like it's very okay. A lot of these things you can like Google them very easily. So I'm probably not the person to give a whole documentary on how these things work. Uh, but yeah, I'm no expert. I'm just a cat in a teacup. It's not very easy. Yeah, dieting is hard and it takes like months. You can't just like as tempting as it is, if you just like eat very little, your weight will drop very, very quickly. But once you start eating again, it'll come back just as fast. So you shouldn't focus on losing weight. You should focus on maintaining your diet rather than waiting for results, right? Just put it outside of your mind and just keep to it. You won't even notice it. It's the people around you that will. What do you send a pic of the mango on Discord? First time I eat a mango, I like it. You've ever had a mango before? Oh, okay. Uh, do you guys ever know? Do you guys know how? Just eat it with like a spoon. Yeah, I've never seen someone eat a mango like that. But hey, whatever works. I imagine it's the ones without a seed. Otherwise, you're gonna run into trouble after a couple more bites. Another note: mango's delicious. So glad you got to experience that. Yeah. My favorite kind of mango is the kind of sour ones. You chop it up so it's like shaped like what's it called? Like fries or chips, depending on, what you call them. French fry shaped mango slices ish. And then you dip it in like chili sauce, right? You just coat the whole thing. Amazing. A little bit of sugar too. It has a big ass seed. Yeah. Someone who has eaten mangoes before would have known that. But since it's your first time, you are forgiven. I refrigerate it's so juicy and sweet too. I actually like the ones that are slightly unripe, simply because that it's more sour tasting. And yeah, put chili on there, amazing. I don't know what chili it is. My mom's the one who puts it, but I think it's paprika. You can try it for yourself, and yeah, if it's good, it's good. If it's not, then I guess it's not for you. Oh, speaking of becoming a British cat now, I've always heard like the stereotypes of, food being very unseasoned here, and I didn't really believe it. I thought they were exaggerating until I ordered fish and chips, and they just put salt on it and called it a day. I think, and a little bit of vinegar too. But I did discover that's where the flavor for salt and vinegar crisps come from. I never knew that. Yeah. I didn't know it was a British thing. I would just see it in the stores and like buy it. I thought it was just a random flavor. But I get it now. But yeah, growing up, I'm used to very, very spicy food, very, very seasoned ones, right? So yeah, I do a lot of my own cooking here, which has been nice. I do have a friend who can tolerate any food that has like even a little bit of spice in it. So sometimes I just cook like a normal meal, and I think about them. I remember them like, yeah, they would die eating this. It's not even hot. It's just like the flavor is intense. But anyway, I'm just rambling. Ooh, my cat's got fleas, Ryan. It was awful. Do you know what happened? my housemate, they have a cat and they like roam around outside. And he forgot to give them the flea medicine, I think that month. So they were no longer immune. And then they got fleas and they brought it home and they gave to my cats, who are indoor cats, by the way. So my poor babies. I gave them the flea medicine and I only saw like a couple. So hopefully it's all good. I was telling this to my friend. I was sending like crying cat stickers with the caption like "my babies" with exclamation points. She's like, "You'd make such a great single dad." I'm like, cats are one thing, you know. They're just like little babies, but that's about like, yeah, they're very independent though. That's what I love about cats, you know. You just give them food, you just give them water, and they kind of just do their own thing. They come to you for cuddles when they're awake, but most of the time they're just asleep. They're very low maintenance, and I kind of like that. I think that's why I pick cats over dogs. Because you know I can be quite busy sometimes. I probably wouldn't have I probably wouldn't have the time or energy to like really make a dog happy. So yeah, cats is the way to go for me. Also, they're much smaller and more portable. So in case I move, yeah. Ooh, and some people they allow cats, but they don't allow dogs when you're like moving into a place. So the mango, it was nice. Ah, okay. Yeah, I like mangoes, but not too fond of the sweet ones. They're okay, I'll eat them, but I have a preference. I like the sour ones. We've hit the 1 hour mark. Gotta go bully another artist before I nap. Good luck with stream. Purple Cat, thank you. We'll probably start the art now. And thank you for lurking. Okay, how do we do this? Wait, I need something first. I use the same canvas size for all of them. So at the at the center, I have a dot, so I know like what is the exact middle of the canvas. I have to go too as well. Have fun arting. Well, thanks for stopping by. I feel like there should have been a follow-up, but my brain is empty right now. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Have a great time. Bye-bye. So it's nighttime. Trying to do art. Brain power is already at maximum. Okay. Um, center dot. I'm glad most people don't get the ads when they run. If I could, I would just like completely eliminate them. But yeah, if I don't run them, we have pre-roll ads, which means if people want to check out the stream, they'll be stuck behind like 3 minutes of ads before they even like see what the content's about, and then they immediately just bail before the ad is done. So yeah. If you're streaming and you don't have the ad breaks to disable pre-rolls, it's always a good idea. Hmm. Do I want to make the head larger or do I want to stick closer to this design? Hmm. I miss having the clients in the I miss having clients in the chat. I could always just straight up ask them in the moment. We did that with Moody We basically rigged the whole thing with back and forth feedback. That was nice. Clients in the chat? No, I was saying I wish I had them because I'm like thinking, what if I made the head bigger? Give it more of a cutesy vibe. But I'm like, but maybe they wanted to be closer to the references they provided, and I shouldn't change it too much. So I'm like, if they were here, I could just straight up ask. Feeling sleepy already. But no, we will do a little bit of art, at least, okay? At least a bit. Yeah, you see, I made the folders over here. You see on the right side? I made the folders to organize the stuff. So, technically we did something. But yeah, today was a bit of a productive day. I was streamlining some editing stuff. I was trying to figure out how to get, what's it called? How to have like the VODs easily downloaded from YouTube because they don't have the BGM, right? I want to remove we have the BGM now, and on Twitch VODs there's the BGM. But when it comes to editing videos, it's best to not have it there. So I was just thinking of how do I get the VOD that doesn't have the BGM to editors, right? So yeah, I was working on that earlier today. I was thinking tomorrow would have been my day off, but I have to host D&D for some of my human friends. So yeah, it's gonna be more yapping. Ugh. You know what I need? I need one of those things, like maybe a healing potion, a magical item, or just regeneration. Just heal instantly at like the snap of a finger, right? And then my voice will be rested and okay. Rat poison? No, that I think will make my voice worse, not better. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a pudgy cheek. Hmm. That should be okay. But yeah, we're gonna be productive today, and maybe Sunday I'll look into getting more games, you know? I've been playing a lot of Repo with some friends of mine. One of them is has recently gotten into streaming. So I've actually been playing with her like on her channel. I'm not going to recommend it because this is one of my human friends. So yeah, they sometimes accidentally call me by my first name instead of Ordy. They have gotten better at it, but I'll wait for them to finish practicing, learning to not call me by my full government name. and then maybe I'll let you guys know, like in the Discord, like if I'm there, I'll do maybe like the live ping, like hey, I'm not streaming, but I'm on this channel, and then link their stuff. That's like an idea I've been toying around with. Because I know there's like the live ping at Discord. I know some other channels have one for collabs where they're like, hey, I'm not streaming, but I'm on this other person's stream. I think it'll be nice, but something for the future, you know? I haven't thought about it too much yet. Okay, this thing's head is like a square. There we are. You know, I've been doing art for like a while here on stream. Before you start, before and after you guys have like started watching like the art streams and stuff, have you learned a thing or two about rigging, or is it just like random stuff in the background? Maybe it's too square. A bit? Ah. Okay. I hope it doesn't seem as magical or mystical as before. But not familiar because they're not doing it. Yeah, mostly not like are you now a master rigger, so to speak. But like, does it make a bit more sense? Like just seeing behind the scenes. I'm also just curious. It's still dark magic for me. Understandable. Yeah, I think I'm fixating too much on the shape of the face here. But I'm not hating it though. You know what? It's fine. We'll stick to this one. But yeah, rigging is a very mysterious thing if you've, you know, never really looked at it before. But yeah, give it a couple tries. Instantly, you realize slowly over time it's not as wild as you once thought. It's actually it's repetitive and just doing like the same things over and over. So yeah, you just need like a little bit of practice, and hey, next thing you know, you're rigging models too. Hmm. Okay, the eyes take up most of the face, so I should make the head bigger. No, I think it's fine. Unless... You know what? Just everything bigger at this point. There we are. We're returning to our roots a little bit here by doing a lot more art stream. I do understand how things can be done in a more proper way. Yeah, when it comes to rigging, there's no correct way to do things. There's many ways you can use to achieve like the exact same result. Maybe some are better for certain things over others, but yeah, just play around with it. Learn a couple methods of like how things are done and realize, see which one works best for you. It'll hit me when I start one day. Oh yeah. You'll be struggling with something, then you'll close your eyes. So you'll have a flashback to this stream and you'll be like, oh, right. So that's what he did last time. And then you try it and it all works out. And hey, if you have any questions, you're free to ask them here or in our little Discord if I'm not live at the time. Because I know the struggle of learning to rig for the first time. So yeah, I'm always eager to dive in and like help whenever someone has an issue. My only request being try figure it out through Google, and if that doesn't work, then you ask. Other than that, all questions are welcome. Gotta love Google, yeah. The Live 2D subreddit is also a good place to like ask questions. Or like if you have like a rigging question, you ask the question and you just add the keyword Reddit at the end, you'll usually find something. And if not, you can just straight up ask. Like log into Reddit, go to the Live2D subreddit, and you make a post with a tag saying like I need help. A good number of the time, I always see like people getting responses to that, and even I've sometimes helped out there. I don't go on Reddit often. I usually only ever go to like post stuff, but sometimes when I post things in like the subreddit, I do scroll down a little bit. And yeah, I occasionally would get like the questions. I would see people post questions of like, oh, I have this problem and I've been stuck on it for like 2 days trying to sort it out and nothing can help me, right? That's when I look at it. I realize, oh, this is a change one setting, problem is instantly solved. So yeah, I like to help out because it's always the tiniest thing that you'll never would have guessed. I do have a better idea for art now. Oh, yeah. Because, for example, if you're looking at an illustration, it's not always easy to tell, like, how it's cut up. That's usually why people who don't rig or have never rigged before, I feel like they should give it like a try, simply so that they can understand how to do the art better. I don't think they have to be like amazing at rigging. I think they should just try it like once so that they can understand what they're doing. But I might have a skewed opinion on it simply because the few times I've gotten art from like pre cut up art, just I only have to do the rigging, not doing the art and stuff. It's sometimes not done correctly. So yeah, that's usually where I get like my opinion from. But then again, I would only have accepted back then when I was a beginning artist, beginning rigger, when probably the people who got the art was probably from other beginner artists too. So I guess it kind of makes sense. I knew it was rigged. What was rigged? The elections? No, I won fair and square. What are we talking about? Hmm. Okay, have fun. Bye. Well, that was quick. I'm still not sure what you were talking about as to what was rigged, but okay then. Keep your secrets, I suppose. You're entitled to have them. Okay, let's go for the nose. This is just like a little triangle. So that should be pretty simple. Okay, there we are. Hmm. And by I don't think I should put the little indent here. Just keep it like just keep it like that. Supposed to make it furry like this, but I'll do that later. For now, this is just like a little shape of the head, you know. Actually, I could probably forget. Let me make a note of it. Make fuzzy. There we are. It's kind of hard to see what kind of mouth it has through like all of the blood and viscera. from the bat that it's eating. But when in doubt, think little cat smiley face. So yeah, let's go for that one. You know what? Let's make it a bit straighter. And then we can deform it in live today, so yeah. I think I talked about this last stream, but we had our session 0 for little community D&D night. So yeah, it's mostly setting up. Wally. It got tangled in the wires. It was about to knock over my fan. Anyway, had a little session 0 for our community D&D night. Yeah, we were setting up everyone's characters and explaining the rules. You know, people had fun with that. I was like, yeah, but we haven't even begun yet. This is the tutorial level. The game's not even started. In fact, it's not even the tutorial. This is character selection. Yeah, it'll be a fresh new experience because I'll be playing with people who have never played before. Shush, tense when we having fun. Yeah, if you're having fun with character creation, imagine how you'll feel playing the actual game. In fact, don't think about that. Don't hype it up. Keep expectations low so that your minds are blown away. Hmm. Do you do illustrations? I used to a little bit, mostly just like little chibi art. Kind of like the style of like my model here. But not for a while now. Like on VGen, I closed it as an option. Like I'm not accepting commissions for illustrations. Because to be honest, when it comes to making mascot models and rigging, I'm much faster at that than drawing. So yeah. But aren't you drawing now? I mean, technically, yeah. But when it comes to mascot models, you're only drawing it like this, like forward facing, neutral expression or neutral position, you know? When it comes to drawing something like an illustration, right? You have to think about other things like background, dynamic poses, you know, all of that stuff. Something like mascots, they have very simple lighting. The art is also fairly simple compared to like regular VTuber models. So yeah, it's different at least for me because with these ones, I can do them much faster. So that's why I focus more on doing like mascot and rigging. Because in order to make it worthwhile, like make it worth my time, so to speak, I'd probably have to charge a maybe high amount for like art and I don't think the quality would be as good as like commissioning from someone else with that like price range, if that makes sense. So in the end, I just stick to my niche of rigging mascots, and it works out for me. I think rigging even mascots is like really important for any VTuber out there. Oh yeah, it's like it's become a huge part of the meta. Hi Hotjack, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. We're being productive today. I think I made these too big. I'm good. How y'all doing? I am doing great. Still still looking for a cure for tired voice syndrome. I was looking it up. I keep getting things like recommendations for like tea and all that stuff. But I don't like tea. Tea is just hot leaf juice, according to I remember that one scene in what's it called? The Last Airbender. This isn't tea, this is hot leaf juice. Isn't that what all tea is? Well, green tea, I don't think I like any tea. Really? Yeah. I'm not sure why. It's just the way I am. Matcha, no, I find it tastes like grass to me. I know that's a very blasphemous thing to say around people who really like matcha, but that's just how I feel. Just like see all of it disowning me. You taste earth in a way. I'm like that with coffee. It tastes like soil. Tea, I kind of just don't like it. No strong reason, just don't. Coffee's good, just bitter, and everyone hates it, but still drinks it. Oh yeah, I'm one of those people. I hate coffee, but I drink it for the effects. But I've gotten better at reducing my caffeine, so yeah, I did have some today, which is pretty good. Like the only time I ever drink caffeine is if I dissolve like the instant coffee in chocolate milk. And then from there it becomes more like a mocha. Because I like chocolate. If it doesn't taste like coffee, I'm okay with it. What about Milo? Okay, the thing about Milo, right? If you Milo doesn't have caffeine though. So the goal here is to ingest caffeine, right? Energy drinks do have them, but I think they taste awful. So yeah, I feel like coffee is the lesser of the evils. So that's what I go for. Yeah, and if you use enough chocolate milk and dilute it, it just tastes like chocolate milk. Slightly different taste, but still pretty good. Tried coffee with tea. Ooh, that's probably way too much caffeine. Altogether in one cup. I'm scared to ask, but how was it? Tasted like all three, but in a good way or a bad way? Hmm. Me, because cocoa is thicker naturally, tasted more bilo. Oh, okay. I'm always cautious when it comes to mixing tastes because individually some things can be nice, but when you mix them together, not so much. It's like tea 5%, coffee being around 30%, rest is Milo. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, that's what I do, but I just buy chocolate milk straight from the store, so I don't have to like worry about Milo and all of that stuff. Also, I guess it's cheaper because flavored milk is about the same as normal milk. So yeah, instead of buying milk and Milo, you just get chocolate milk. In fact, you can buy just like in Malaysia, this is what I've seen. You can buy like a box of chocolate milk that is like Milo, like from them. They pre make it for you. So yeah, you just get the box, open it. There you go. How to drink that'll be gone in a day. Yeah, I know the feeling. I sometimes consume like a box of chocolate milk like in 2 days. That's like a full liter. But hey, it's worth it to be honest. I really like it, and it is healthier than I don't know, maybe sugary drinks by a little bit. Anyway, that's just how I cope with it. That's my head canon. Ooh, this thing has a bite out of it. Let me. I used to drink like way more, but the thing about drinking lots of milk is it's very easy to put on weight. So I have to be a little bit more cautious about it. You buy like 4 liters of it and ration it? Oh, yeah. The biggest lie I tell myself is I'm gonna buy a lot of it and then ration it, and then I consume it all at once. That's how I am. Like sometimes I'll do this is what I'll do. I'll go to like the pizza store. I'm like, okay, medium pizza is this much. But if I order a large one, that's cheaper than buying two of them. So it could be two meals. I eat half now and half later. Next thing I know, I take it home, I eat it all in one sitting. Happens every time. I keep falling for it. What can I say? I make a very strong case for myself. So everyone says next day is all gone. Exactly. It's like magic. Yeah, I always say like, oh, this thing evaporated. I don't know what happened to it. Couldn't have been me. At least where I live, a large is about 4 times the size of a medium and just a little higher cost. Oh yeah, the whole medium thing is just to make it seem like the large is a better option. Like because if you have a large one and a small one, people think, do I want large or do I want small? But if they put a medium one and make the large one only slightly more expensive, but way, way, way more, it tricks people into going like, oh, if I get this, I'm saving money compared to buying the middle one. And it doesn't occur to them that they could just buy the small one. So yeah, it's all marketing and psychological warfare. But I'm used to always buying like the large portions when it comes to like food and meals and stuff. Because back in Malaysia, like portions are very small. Until I came here and I ordered like a medium plate of fries. And my God, I could not finish that. I think I'm still getting used to adjusting to this place. If day's another day in war from the brain, yeah. I saw this place has what's it called? Nice hiking spots, and I want to give it a try. The only downside is it's a very grassy, open field area, not much shade, and we're in summer. The sun is really hot. I'm thinking I'll wait for like the weather to cool down. Maybe it gets a bit cloudier. I don't mind drizzle. So yeah, I'll let you guys know. Who knows? I might get lost in a field somehow. Not find my way back. And yeah. It's just like a one straight line trail, and there's a lot of monuments in the area, so it's all pretty safe. I'm being dramatic. But yeah, I do want to give it a try. Because I like going for walks, but I kind of want to go see nature, touch grass. Because walking in the city is nice and all, but there's like people around, and I don't like that too much. I'll go I'll wait till it's cloudy, and then go with like my thick layer of sunblock and umbrella. That's another thing that I notice is how I kind of stand out from maybe the locals here is when it's summertime, everyone is trying to soak up as much sun as they can, right? But what I do is I'm out there, I have my long pants, I have thick layer of sunblock, I have my sunglasses, and I have my umbrella like on a sunny day, right? I'm trying my best to avoid the sun where everyone else is like going out of their way to like absorb more of it. Yeah, I'm a tropical cat. I've had my share of sun. I'm looking forward to winter. Do something productive. Sounds like a Ghibli film, which is weird. I suppose. You being out and about just soaking in the sun. Yeah, because you see the thing is, we are from a tropical place where the sun is always there. Here, they see the sun maybe for like 2 months a year. Okay, put it this way. You know, like when it's really sunny and really hot, and then you enter like a very cold AC room, right? And you're like, wow, this is so amazing. I hate the heat. I'm really glad that there's cold now. It is literally the exact same thing, just reversed. They're looking for the heat rather than the cold because they have too much cold. They want the heat. Whereas we're used to having too much heat. We search for and seek out the cold. So yeah, it's the same side of sorry, it's the different side of the same coin. It's way too much heat. Where you are, yes, but here not so much. Like here, they say oh, there's a heat wave and everything is like on fire. But the thing is, the weather is still cooler when I was living in Malaysia. So it's all just relative, to be honest. Grass is green on the other side. Kind of. Oh, hi, Wally. He's just sleeping. Hmm. Okay. For the body, we'll make it kind of like a ferret, you know? What am I doing? Again, it's just never easy to get used to the humidity. True. Here I've noticed it's like when it's not super hot, it gets very, very dry. I think that's one of the main reasons my voice has like a little bit of its issues because I was okay with yapping, but I don't think the amount of talking with dry air is something I'm used to. So yeah, like I'm sipping on water this whole time, not to stay hydrated, but to just keep my throat, not dry. What about dry wind? I don't know if the wind here is dry, but I do know it's like very, very cold, like 10 degrees colder than like the air. At least that's what it feels like, because I'll be walking and I feel fine. And then suddenly the wind comes by and it's like someone pouring ice on your head. And then it goes away and you're back to being normal. Yeah. It's a strange sensation. I was not prepared for it. I think one of the I can use this one as a reference. So like those strong winds are they? I don't think it's very strong. It's just very cold. But yeah, that's it's important to have like a jacket or like a windbreaker on days that it's windy. It's windbreaker. Windbreaker is like a well, it's not as mystical. Windbreaker is basically just like a jacket that you know how I said the weather is fine, but then like the wind is very cold when it comes by? It's basically to stop the wind from freezing you, but not making you feel a bit too warm? At least that's what I understand them to be. But yeah, I do need I do need to invest into waterproof clothing. Right now I'm just out and about in my t-shirt and jeans. If it does rain, I have an umbrella and it kind of helps. But if it's like really cold weather, the last thing you want is to be soaked while outside cuz then you'll just freeze to death. But yeah, I've never experienced winter before, so I look forward to it. Hmm. Think about this body. It's not skill issue. I just don't have the clothes for it. A winter doesn't clog up like household amenities. You mean like water? Okay. I don't think so. Like if it's a country that's not used to it, they would know how to handle the cold, but here it's cold like most of the year. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're like prepared for it. The one thing they're not prepared for is the heat, right? That's why when it gets hot, they're so confused as to what to do. So, yeah. I don't think that I'll have that problem when it's cold. All it takes is for the heat to go out, then the pipes can freeze. Really? Oh, okay. But I think electricity and heat here is very reliable. Like I'm used to my home country where power would go out like once, maybe once a week, twice if you're unlucky. Yep, then they explode. Oh. So wait, you have to constantly heat the water? That does make sense. Cause like the hot water tap is like always on, even in the summer. So I don't think they turned it off here. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay, okay, I see. Yeah, if winter struck my home country, we would not survive. The power, water, and everything is already shaky on a good day. I feel like the only thing because the weather is it's a tropical place as well, right? The weather is very stable year round. So the only freak weather we have is just when it's really, really rainy, all of the roads and everything just floods, right? It's not even a lot of rain. It's just probably casual rain for like a lot of other places, but it's a very dry country with not a lot of rainfall. So when there's, a significant amount, no one is prepared to handle it. We don't have proper drainage. We don't have a lot of stuff. So yeah, it everything kind of just shuts down. Like when it's a rainy day, it's very very likely for like power to go out simply because, a lot of the stuff is not properly waterproofed. So yeah, as long as it doesn't go below freezing, yeah. It's always so interesting listening to other people's experiences with different climates. Yeah, that's one of the my favorite things about streaming because I would talk about like a lot of things here, and whenever anyone would discuss things that are very normal in, say, like a European country, I'd be like, "Yeah, that is very strange, very wild. It's very, very different where I'm from, you know." So yeah, I completely relate. That's why I like yapping when I show up here. But yeah, yeah, Goldie is from Southeast Asia. So that's I lived there as well for like the better part of 7 years. So that's what I'm very used to. And my home country wasn't very different in terms of climate. So this is the first time I'm ever in a place where it has, four seasons. It has a winter, it has summer, it has all of the above. Experienced the snow for the first time in the US last year, and it was wild as an Aussie who grew up in the tropics. Yeah, see, you get it. Like, if you're used to only heat, the concept of something being very, very cold, like winter, is foreign to the point, like, I can't imagine it. Like, I always tell my dad, like, oh, I look forward to winter, get to stay home, you wrap yourself in blankets, you just chill. He's experienced winter, so he's like, yeah, you say that now. When winter comes, you'll be singing a different tune. You'll be begging to see the sun again. But hey, like I said, I'm from the tropics. I've had enough sun probably for a lifetime. So yeah, we'll see if I stick to that when winter comes. From the Midwest in the US, it's currently tornado season. Oh, that sounds scary. Like not only is there like tornadoes and stuff, but like houses in the US, maybe this is not true, but on the outside looking in, they feel like they're paper houses. I say the same thing as you actually. Yeah, because we've never experienced it. Was made very aware to make sure to leave taps running super slowly when it's freezing to stop pipe issues. Ah. So you can't just open the tab? Interesting. You know what? I'll actually have to Google a guide on first time living in a cold place. No house is safe from a tornado. Even a single piece of hay can pierce thick concrete. Ooh, okay. You know, the author Brandon Sanderson, he, I think he saw like the storms and the tornadoes and stuff in like the Midwest. And that inspired one of his stories, the Stormlight Archives. Honestly, hands down, my favorite of the series that he wrote. There, the world has like I think weekly storms where, like you said, a piece of hay can like pierce thick concrete. So the entire world is revolved around surviving those storms. Everything is made of stone. It's very hunkered down, you know? Oriesk. I missed the sun so much during the 2 months away from home. Literally went from constant overbearing heat to sun barely. Yeah, I think okay, if it's for like a few months, 2, 3 months, I wouldn't mind, right? Anything more than that, then maybe I'll start to feel the what's it called? Maybe I'll start to feel the lack of sun. But I've noticed that with me, whenever I go back home to my home country, usually my tolerance for stuff is like 2, 3 months. After that, I find myself desperate to leave again. So yeah, I'm like, I'm sick of this weather and stuff like that. I want to go back. I want to go back to a place that has AC. Guess what book I just ordered? Well, we were talking about Sanderson stuff, so I'm thinking either Mistborn or the Stormlight Archives. Either way, good choice. Way of Kings, that is my favorite. Well, it's the start of my favorite series. I really, really like it. And yeah, you know what he does? Every book in that series, like for example, book one, book two, book three, the titles are names of books that are in the world. Fun fact, like Way of Kings is an actual book that's in the story. A whole $30 since it's a hardcover one. Understandable. I think you can buy the digital book, like the ebook, for like $1. Or was it? I think it was like an offer. I saw on Amazon they were selling it for like $1 each. I was like, if I didn't already have these, I would have just bought it. That's a steal. You know what? Why would I do an ebook? I want to feel paper. Yeah, but I'm a cat who my desire is the contents of the paper rather than the paper itself. So if I get like the same information but one costs 30 times more, I'll go for the cheaper option. Yeah, I use my iPad to read my books. And honestly, I do prefer reading a paper book, but I don't like the hassle of owning physical books because I'm someone who moves around a lot. Yeah. I If I'm not moving around within the country, I'm moving to entirely different places. So, carrying books, that's a hassle. Like if you live in a place, like for example, you're like I live in this town, I'm going to work in this town. I probably don't want to leave this town ever, or if I do, it's probably still going to be like within the same country and not move very often. Sure, you can have a physical book collection. But if you're kind of nomadic like me, then yeah, it gets a bit tricky. What do you enjoy? What do you both enjoy a lot about books that you want to read them? Personally, the thing that gets me is magic systems and world settings and plots, right? And most importantly, all three of them have to tie together properly. I just love learning about magic and lore. So that's the thing that I really enjoy. I think it's because I grew up with video game stories. I look at books as a sort of boredom. Understandable. Truth be told, the thing about video games, movies, etc., is everything is already imagined for you. Whereas a book is sure it does describe things, but when it says, "Hey, this is like a gorgeous lake," blah blah blah, your brain will fill in the blanks of this is what a gorgeous lake looks like to me, right? Like two different people can imagine two different things and both be happy with like how it is, right? Like for example, if someone is like a beautiful day outside of the park, they might think not a cloud in the sky, bright and sunny. But for me, I'll be thinking of it as very bright outside but cloudy, no direct sunlight. So yeah, that's the good thing about books. You can kind of tailor it a bit to your own imagination. Like for example, the book can be like they would like the most beautiful person the world has ever seen. If they do that in like a movie, you can look at the actor and be like, that actor is not my type, so I don't believe that they're all that, you know? Try to read the FNAF, the Twisted Ones, got through about. I mean, I don't know why. Okay, FNAF is probably okay. The book for FNAF, I think, was designed for people who are into the lore more than it being an interesting story. Because I used to watch MadPat's FNAF videos, and a lot of the times they reference the book, saying like, "Oh, this lore is from the book," you know. Really heavy into the lore from the first game. Ah, okay. I've never played the game, but I know a lot of the lore simply because I watched the game theory videos. To go through good ones, Hobbit being one of my favorite, understandable. I think Sanderson is a good option, but if you're unsure, I recommend Mistborn because that one is a lot shorter and to the point. Something like Way of Kings, which K got, that one is very, very, very long. And it takes like a long time to. He builds the world for probably the first book, right? But like 100,000 words, he's mostly world building, right? And like laying the foundation of like what's gonna happen. So if you don't trust that it's gonna pay off, you'll probably get bored halfway. So, or he promised days. Sanders is a nice. Um, if you don't like it and it's not for you, you're entitled to your opinions, even if they're wrong. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'll get into books someday. Yeah, it's more a matter of just like finding what's for you, right? Like for example, I really like Sanderson's books, and not just any book will do. It has to have like a. I have to care, right? A lot of fantasy books you see released these days are, here's my hot take, a lot of them feel like self-insert power fantasies, which I don't really like. I mean, if that's your cup of tea, more power to you. But I want to learn more about like the world and the lore and the magic and how it ties to the plot, you know? Most of the books you read are fan fiction and lots of it. It makes sense. You know what? If you ever want to start reading like novels and you want to try fantasy, Mistborn, hands down. It's a good intro into, getting into reading. Power fantasy gets boring quickly. Show me the despair, the sadness, the struggle. Boy, do I. Are you in for a surprise reading Way of Kings? Like put it this way, Sanderson, I think he's on record for studying depression simply so that he could write depressed characters. So yeah, I don't know if I can get through a single novel. It's like 300 pages long or something. I guess because I'm the kind who I read like Stormlight Archives, which are really 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 long, to the point when I read in quotes normal sized books, I feel like they're too short in my opinion. Look, I ordered it's 1,004 pages long. Yeah, but that's only that's Stormlight Archives. His other books are much much shorter. So it's not a normal book. Oh, okay, still fan fiction. I guess. I mean, you can try if you want to, but then again, like, do you actually want to, or okay, put it this way: if you're reading fan fiction, it means you're reading something that you already know about. Like, you became a fan, you were part of the fandom before you read the fan fiction, right? So you already go in knowing it is something you like. So I guess when you're reading books, if I had to guess, right? If you're reading books, you're opening page one, not knowing anything and not caring about anyone in the story, right? The author's job is to take you on a journey where you slowly start to care about them. So if you're reading fan fiction and you can't read anything else, it means you probably don't trust or aren't willing to put in like the time in quotes to get to know the characters of something you are completely unfamiliar with. If I had to guess, I could be completely wrong with that. I used to be like that with yeah, and you're probably reading about the characters that you know and love really, really well. But you see, the thing is, when I first started reading Sanderson's books, I was unsure. All right. Also, we have the Sanderson redeem. I realize no one clicked it. Let me do that. Yeah. Um, when it comes to reading his books, the first one, Mistborn, I was a bit unsure, and then I really liked it. When I went to the next series, I was like, okay, I like that one, but this one's very different. Will I still like it? Right? And then I tried it, and then I liked it. Eventually, I realized, okay, I'm not I'm not gonna trust the books or like, oh, these are the characters I know and love. I trust the author and his ability to make me care about the characters and create a story that I will genuinely like. That's the author equivalent of drawing people pregnant as a threat. Okay. Um, my voice is tired, so we are gonna rate now. Anyway, thanks everyone for stopping by. Wait, hold on. Let me see. What's the last thing? Definitely, if I do read a book, it's gonna be my mom picks of Nora Roberts. Mm, I suppose. I don't know those books or the authors, so I have no opinion. Being focused on something and then hearing that gave me whiplash. Hearing what? Oh, the BL thing. Yeah, sometimes like I'll just be lurking in a stream and then they say something really wild and outrageous and then yeah, my attention immediately snaps. That's why I enjoy Feather streams. They crack me up. But yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by. A lot of new faces today. I don't know if they're still here lurking or not, but thanks for the follow. Yeah, if you like more Purple Cat, more yapping, feel free to stick around. And we also have a Discord. Hold on, there's a timer. Let's there we are. You know, all the cool people join our Discord. We have our little D&D yapping. We talk about art, music, etc. So yeah, great time. Completely optional. The timer's running out, so I will see you all next time. Bye bye. Day after tomorrow. Bye bye.